Well, I love that YouTube froze up over there. That's a good sign, right? That's a great sign, right? Happy Sunday. How are you? How'd your day go? I feel like I should be singing Mr. Rogers right now. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But I won't subject you guys to that. I will. I totally will. You know I will. But, man, I gotta tell you guys something stupid that I did while I'm putting on all my jewelry. So I have an antique clawfoot desk, right? I love it. Except whoever designed this desk is absolutely a sadist, because where the drawers come down, there are points that stick out. And I full on, almost as hard as I could, clocked my knee on this one a while ago. And man, if you don't think that some cuss words came out of my face. I'm just saying, if you don't think that some cuss words came out of my face. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. I feel like being the old lady and just humming. I won't. I hope that you guys have had a good Sunday. I did. I had a really, really good Sunday. I need some sleep. I like this one better, but that's okay. All right, we're rolling with it. We're rolling with it, bitches. I'm going to do about 30 minutes of Reiki this evening, not the full 45. I am feeling a lot better, obviously, but I'm still a little knocked down, and while my brain says that I can do a full hour, my body's going to commit mutiny if I do. So we're going to do about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to read for the Zodiacs for the week, and we're going to see how our week's going to go. This is a busy, intense week for everybody, whether you like it or not. This is, on Friday, the last new moon of 2025. It is the last new moon of 2025. It is also the last new moon of this first quarter of the 21st century, meaning that this is the week, bitches. This is the week that if you want to plan something big in your future for the next 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, this is the new moon to start that on. This is the new moon to start with that big old leap into whatever it is you want to leap into. This is the week. All right? Yes? Yes. The answer is yes. And then this weekend is Yule. I'm super excited. I don't know how the hell it got to be Yule. I don't know how Christmas is next week, but I mean, I'm prepared. But still, what happened? What happened? All right. That being said, here we go. Yeah? Just like always, you guys can do these first few hand positions with me. Hopefully we're not going to echo on the YouTubes over there tonight. I moved some things around, so we'll see. And I always remember when I'm wearing this, why I don't wear this shirt. It chokes me. I think that it may have come from serial killer Cotton in another life. It does every time. But anyway, just like always, you guys can do these first few hand positions with me, or you simply can sit and take a deep breath. That's it. Every time I say, take a deep breath. But tonight, we are going to work on clearing some shit out. So I'm going to do things in a little bit of a different fashion. And then we're going to work on some manifestation. So I want you guys to get ready in your head, and at any time during this live stream, whether you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, or you're watching a replay later somewhere, at any time when you're ready to release some shit, and I mean everything, anything from this first 25 years of the 21st century, even if you weren't alive, there may be stuff you need to release. All of it. I want you to be ready to put zeros in the chat. Big old goose eggs. And I want you to watch them go off the screen. I also want you to be ready with the number that you're going to assign to the things that you're going to be manifesting, bringing in, moving into, etc. going forward 2026 and beyond. I want you, don't assign it something like 7, 13, 66. Don't assign it numbers like that. Assign it something specific. 39, 72. Something like that, that's not a number that you see all the time like that, okay? I want you to really be thinking, have it in your head, because we're gonna go through that here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, take a deep breath, bitches. Here we go. Why is that so quiet? It's too quiet. Yes? Breathe. Up here. We're going to start with the soul star this evening. We're going to go all the way down, but we're going to go kind of quick. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. We're going to go kind of quick. Here we go. I want you to focus above your head, about this far above your head, about a foot-ish, okay? I want you to just focus up there. That's it. The soul star is what helps you get messages from the universe and send messages out. So if you've been feeling blocked lately, if you've been feeling like something isn't working correctly or stuck, stagnant, whatever, this is it. Ready? Big breath. And when you take this big breath, I want you to feel all of this energy circling around and going straight down to your feet. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to work on the crown. I want you to just focus on the very tip top of your head like you still have a soft spot, okay? I want you to focus right there. And while I'm doing this, while we're working our way down, we're going to do like we did last week. You got to release your forehead a little bit. You got to let the what the fuck wrinkles go. You got to unclench your jaw, all those things. Hello there, my friend from New Mexico. I do still have that. Shoot me a message and I'll send it to you, okay? All right. We're going to work on this. We're going to work, I almost said the soul star, on the third eye. We're going to work on the third eye. And then we're going to work down. And when I get done, I want to tell you guys just how much ripples matter. After seeing that comment right there. All right. I am going to turn it. And I'm going to turn it. And turn it and turn it. So you better breathe. Oh yeah, look. We're even winding the arm up. Yeah? Ready? Told you. Told you. Breathe. I hope y'all realize how hard it is for me not to hit myself in the face. How many of you suddenly realize that you don't have a headache? Out of curiosity. Ready for the throat? Just think, you can go watch this at any time on YouTube. All right. We're not going to work on the throat chakra very long. That's it. That's all we're going to work on this throat chakra. Now we're going to work on our heart chakra. We're only going to work on it just a little bit. Then we're going to work on the solar plexus. We're going to work on that one for a good hot minute. Then we're going to do the sacral really quickly. And then we're going to do the root. I'm doing them this way on purpose. At any time while I'm working on the heart chakra, I want you guys to swallow, okay? Because we worked on the throat really quickly. All of this in my 12-year-old brain is doing Beavis and Butthead giggle right now, but you know exactly what I'm saying. I want you to just, at some point, swallow and then take a big, deep breath, okay? Are we ready? That's all we're doing on the heart. You can keep that bitch in its steel cage for right now. Now we're gonna work on the solar plexus. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know that we have all been programmed to keep it in like this little steel cage in there. You know, you can keep it in there for a little bit longer. It's all right. We're gonna work on the solar plexus. All right, ready? Just hold for just a minute. Take a big deep breath, as deep in and as deep out as you can. Okay? Working on the sacral really quickly. Now we're going to move on to the root. I know. It was that fast. But we're going to move on to the root. I am going to spend a little bit of time on the root chakra, okay? Now, what I want you to do while I'm working on the root chakra, I want you to just focus on the bottom of your feet. I don't care if it's the middle, if it's the heel, if it's the ball. I don't care. I want you to just focus on the bottom of your feet. And I feel like this is a great time to remind you guys that there is absolutely no tolerance. Even creeps don't like creeps and jerks don't like jerks. So we definitely don't like it either. You will be muted and or blocked. We will screenshot your comment and your account. Energy is energy. Energy is also a tag block, bitches. So just because you think you're a keyboard warrior, don't mean jack shit to me. All right, here we go. Some shit. Where's your zeros? Where's your zeros? Where's the goose eggs? Breathe. I feel like I can't shake them enough tonight. Why is that? We're going to do some time of just letting shit go. That's all we're going to do for this next little bit, is literally just let shit go. So I want to see all of the zeros. If you actually want to put in the comments what it is you're letting go of, feel free to. I don't care if it's something like my little pinky toenail is always sharp, or I'm letting go of self-doubt and self-loathing. I don't care. You put it in the chat. You put it in the chat. But we're going to fast forward this because we need to be up here where it is Bloodfest. Yeah? Yes. The answer is yes. Hold on to your butts. Here we go. While you're doing something. You're welcome to come in and just hang out. You don't gotta say a word. I told you guys we're not going to do a crazy long Reiki session today, but what we are going to do next is some manifestation. That is exactly what we're going to do next. As you know, as I said earlier, this is the last new moon of the year. This is the last new moon of the year. It's also the last new moon of the first quarter of the 21st century. Let that sink in. This is a very important new moon because new moons are all about new beginnings. What are you manifesting? I want you to assign it a number, a weird number, like 31 or 47 or something like that. Breathe. Just breathe for a minute. That's it. That's all I want you to do. That's all I want you to do. Because I was watching. I saw a lot of you guys were like, man, that's like, you're making my nose run. Like, all these things are happening and so on and so forth. I cannot confirm or deny that some things were done in the last couple weeks. And let's just say I gained some new certifications and things like that. So, y'all have been warned. Y'all have been warned. I want you guys to know that your ripples matter more than you realize. Somebody popped into the chat over on TikTok when I first started and said, do you still have the picture of us from Subway in New Mexico? And at first I was like, I wasn't in a Subway. And then I was like, Subway, the restaurant, yes. Y'all. Every time I meet one of you guys out somewhere, we take a photo, whatever, I don't forget those things, right? Especially if it was a day when I was feeling pretty shitty, as I was that day. As I was that day. You will never know how much your ripples matter. You will never know how much your ripples matter. You never know whose day you turned around. And in turn, whose day they're going to turn around. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You never know how far the ripples that you make actually travel. And you may never know. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, a little bit of an insight. Your ripples are exponential. Maybe you say something nice to someone at the grocery store, and they, in turn, are a little bit better mood when they go to work. And that, in turn, makes their boss in a little bit better mood. And that, in turn, maybe makes the CFO in a little bit of a better mood. And that, in turn, means that everybody's bonus checks get out on time. And that, in turn, means that 700 people can go get last-minute Christmas presents. And that, in turn, means that so many children's Christmases are magical and they believe in magic and Santa again. And they go on to remember that feeling and grow up to make some amazing discovery. To figure out how to make artificial organs work seamlessly with the body. To cure diabetes, to cure cancer. All because you were nice at the grocery store to somebody. Let that sink in a minute. Let that sink in just a minute. Let that sink in. You don't think that you're anybody, do you? Sitting right there. You don't think you're anybody. Like, who am I? I'm not changing the world. Yes, you are. Stop saying that you're not. Stop thinking that you're not. Stop thinking that every single breath you take doesn't matter. Because it does. Because it does. You have no idea whose life you're going to touch and whose life they're going to touch and whose life they're going to touch and so on and so on. It is exponential. We are all connected. Why do you think everybody feels so shitty lately? Because everybody sees all the shitty shit that's going on in the world right now. I'm just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You are a magical beast, and you don't even give yourself credit for it. I'm going to give you credit whether you like it or not. I'm going to give you credit whether you like it or not. Right now, we're going to give my sugar some credit. We're going to give my blood sugar some credit before we end up down in the dirt, down in the dumps. Don't ever leave me. Okay. All right. The coconut pretzel has my heart. I'm not going to lie. The chocolate peppermint, right up there with it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know we ended Reiki a little bit early today. I'm still not 100%. I'm still not 100%. I will be, bitches. Don't worry. All right. Capricorn. I didn't get it out of my mouth, so maybe that's why the Capricorns were like, I'm not drawing a card. But before I start with Capricorns, before I even draw any more cards, let me say this. I'm going to make a couple of little announcements before most of y'all skedaddle off. I see a lot of you guys already have. First, don't forget, you need to follow me on YouTube. You can go back and re-watch this Reiki session, any of the Reiki sessions. You can go back and watch 5 years of content. Actually, a little more than that. Also, I have hired someone for shipping. I now have someone that comes in on a daily basis for shipping and for a lot more than that. But some of you guys got messages Saturday that orders had gone out. A lot of you guys will get more messages this week. I'm just letting you guys know. So if you're waiting on orders, oh, bitches, get ready. Get ready. All right. This week also, there is a coupon if you would like it. I know you would. From today, the 14th, until the 21st, which is next Sunday. The coupon is Yule, Y-U-L-E, all capital letters, and the number 25. Yule 25. That is 25% off of any ticket. Any read this week, that includes reports. So if you need a last minute thing for you, for somebody else, and you're just like, I don't know what to do, that includes reports. It includes reports. Now, I will say, if you order after Thursday, I may not get it to you before Christmas because these do take me a little bit and so on. Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready? I know you are. I know all the Capricorns are like, we are ready. We would like to see our cards. Stop talking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, Capricorns. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Next. Secrets and subterfuge and vigilance. Those are like the most Capricorn terms ever. Think about it. Secrets, vigilance, and subterfuge. You guys have ever known a Capricorn like deep down? Right there. Right there. Then you have compassion, and then you have reflect. Okay? Capricorns. This is a very interesting week for you. I'm going to tell you guys, well, first of all, Capricorns, go ahead and plug your ears because I'm going to tell a secret, okay? So Capricorns, do this. I'll tell you when it's safe, okay? I make fun of Capricorns all the time. Just like I make fun of Cancers, just like I make fun of Leos, just like I make fun of everybody equally, okay? But I'm a Capricorn. I have a lot of Capricorn placements, so I make fun of Capricorns a lot. Let me tell you something, though. Even though Capricorns are like the super hardcore workaholic, this is my way or the highway, etc., they are the most squishy jerks inside that ever existed. Not jerks, but you know what I'm saying. They are the most squishy things inside. Do y'all know that I still have concert tickets from when I was in high school? I have concert tickets from the very first Kenny Chesney concert I ever went to in the 90s before he ever became big shit when he was playing here in Tulsa. Capricorns carry shit like that. They will save a straw from somewhere because that was such a memorable event. And they can tell you exactly when and where that straw came from, what they had to drink, all of it. Most hoarders I've ever met are Capricorns or Leos. I'm not gonna lie. Capricorns or Leos. Because they're so freaking sentimental that they can't let go of things, right? So Capricorns, this is a week. Oh, you can do this. You can do this, Capricorns. Capricorns, this is a week where you are really feeling a lot of personal compassion. You're feeling a lot of compassion for people you care about, people you love, etc. So if you have a Capricorn in your life, expect them to reach out and be like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? I missed you. I was just curious. The Capricorns are going to be reaching out. I'm trying not to giggle because I actually had a Capricorn reach out to me earlier today that I haven't heard from in like 2 weeks. Just randomly. Hey. So expect that. Expect that from your Capricorns. The other thing, Capricorn, this new moon, you know what? Now I forgot what this new moon is in. But this new moon is really intense for you because it's fixing to be Capricorn season this coming weekend. Woohoo, bitches, it's on like Donkey Kong. It's fixing to be Capricorn season. So you're feeling this new moon in such an intense way. Sagittarius, so are you, but we're going to get to you guys here in a little bit. So you're being very secretive about what it is that you're moving into. You're feeling this release in a very intense way because you've been reflecting on so much shit over the last, 3 weeks especially. The Capricorns aren't going to tell you this either, but they have been reliving every single moment from the past year, 2 years, 5 years, decade, their life. They have been reliving everything in the last 3 weeks. Hard. Coming to some hardcore realizations, paying really close attention to what they're doing, what they're saying, how they're placing their feet when they're walking. They are looking at every little inch down, every little molecule of their existence and reflecting on all of that of, okay, I need to change this, I need to change that, I need to change this, I need to change that. They have been paying really close attention to who's being nice and who's not been nice to them. It's not that they're taking tallies, but let me just say this. When it comes to holding a grudge, Capricorns win hands down. I'm sorry, they do. Tauruses, y'all are the petty kings and queens of the Zodiac, but Capricorns will hold a grudge through every one of their lives that ever existed and then some. They will hold a grudge for something that you forgot you did in kindergarten. But when they're on their deathbed at 97, they're still holding that grudge from kindergarten. My sister makes fun of me over it, okay? My sister makes fun of me over it. And at first I was like, I don't do that. And then I was like, yeah, I do. I don't do that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. As a Capricorn gets older, they can be super, super nice and cordial to your face and still hold that grudge right behind your back. I'm just saying. But Capricorns are really looking at who has been nice to them, who has been compassionate, who around them has been a good human, and who's been a piece of shit. They're paying really close attention to that. Now, here's the thing, Capricorns. This week right here, this is a fantastic week for you to do what you do best, and that is plan. This is the best week ever for you to plan, because guess what? It's not just what's upcoming for the next lunar cycle or the next year, because it's about to be 2026, and this is the last new moon. Oh no, Capricorns, guess what? This is for the next 25 years. Every Capricorn just did this. Every Capricorn just did this. They just got super excited and they were thinking about which notebook they're going to use and which pen they're going to use and so on. Every single Capricorn just got so excited when I said that. But here's the thing, Capricorns, and this is the other thing that's going to make you excited. Are you ready? You can't tell anybody anything. The secrets card, Nyx here, this is all about working in the dark. This is all about working in the dark, being very, very vigilant on who you are, where you're going, and what your goals are. Ain't nobody need to tell nobody, because we all know that bitches be bitches. Say it with me. Capricorns are super squishy this week. And also super cutty-offy. This is the last week for this reflection, Capricorns. I'm going to give you some good news. This is the last week for this reflection. These are going to be a lot of big reflections, though. I'm just letting you know. There are a lot of big reflections of, do I really, actually, truly need this in my life, or am I done? And a lot of you guys are going to be like, I'm done. Work in secret, Capricorns. Nyx is your friend. The night is your friend. This new moon, the darkness, is your friend. You're some powerful shits this week. Capricorn, you want to go somewhere in the next 25 years? You want to have some amazing things planned out? This is the week. This is the week. Just saying. Stones for Capricorns. Lodestone. Lodestone. So I'm going to tell you guys what lodestone is, and whether you're a Capricorn or not, you need a lodestone. This is your assignment before the end of the year. Let that sink in. I don't care what zodiac you are. This is your assignment before the end of the year. Get a lodestone. A lodestone is a magnetic stone. It's literally used to bring shit to you. It's used to bring shit to you. So if you don't have one, you have till the end of the year, and then I'm taking away a gold star. I might take away 2 gold stars. But Capricorn's lodestone. 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 You know what? A Herkimer diamond would be the best to go with the lodestone, but a very, very clear piece of quartz will be the next best thing. Okay? So lodestone and a Herkimer. If you don't have a Herkimer, the clearest piece of quartz you have. Okay? Yeah. Man, I hate this because I want to give you 2 different animals. Shit. You know what? I'm sitting here thinking about it because I was going back and forth between the raven and the bee, because both of those have you know what? I'm just going to give you both. Because I was like, well, I'm just going to go with the bee. And then I'm like, yeah, but like, then it misses some of the qualities of the raven. So the raven and the bee. The raven and the bee. So just so you guys know, most of the zodiacs probably going to get 2 animals tonight. Sorry, Christine. Sorry, Scarly. Those of you guys that are putting them all in the chat, I love you. All right, Aquarius, are we ready? Are we ready? For those of you guys that want to know what lodestone looks like, it's ugly. It is. It looks like just a regular piece of rock. They're usually really dark colored, dark gray, dark brownish gray. Like they literally look like dirt. But when you pick it up, it's heavy as hell. They are very, very heavy. You're going to be holding them next to a piece of gravel and like this. Like they're very heavy. Okay? They're very heavy. All right. Ready? I don't know if I'm ready, Aquarius. Why do I feel apprehensive of turning your cards over? The Ageless, which is healing, graciousness, and acceptance. Okay. Then you have Get Curious. And then you have the Void, but it's upside down. Okay. We have Wise Old Aquariuses this week. I didn't call you old. Calm down. Aquarius, this is a week where you just always seem to have the right advice. You do. And guess what? You want to give it. I know every Aquarius is like, oh, I am not talking to people. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're going to catch yourself giving advice to people that you normally do not give a flying shit about. You might be standing at work and your least favorite coworker comes up and is talking to somebody about something, and randomly, where you normally would be like, and walk off, you're like, oh, by the way, blah, 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 blah. And you have the exact advice for what it is they're dealing with. Now, I want to say that, yes, your third eye is open. Yes, your soul star is channeling exactly what it needs to channel. Hello, Crazy Town. And yes, those things that you're hearing, knowing, etc. are right on. Your intuition is on point. But, this is going to be like this in the moment. It's not so much going to be, let me sit and meditate and kumbaya, and this is what my week is going to do, and so on. That's not exactly the way this is going to work. And also, you're not going to really be able to do it for yourself. I know. Doesn't that suck? Isn't that stupid? But you are on point. You are tuned in. And everything that you say this week, all of the advice that comes out of your face is exactly what needs to be said in that moment to that person. It's exactly what they needed to hear. And they may not tell you that. You may be at the grocery store and you don't talk to anybody at the grocery store. And then suddenly you turn around and you're like, I really like those flowers on your hat. You know, my grandma's favorite flowers were peonies. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Maybe that person was standing there really missing their mom, their sister, their grandma, their aunt, whatever. And their favorite flower was peonies. Maybe you turn back around and you're like, my grandma hated peonies. Why did I say that? This is a really good week, Aquarius, for you to start down a new path of magic. If there is a book you've been dying to get, a book you've been dying to read, some new classes you've been dying to take, step out of your comfort zone, Aquarius. Step out of your comfort zone. This is a good week for you to start down a new path of magic. You've been needing a reason. You've been wanting the sign. Here it is, Aquarius. Here it is, right here. Look. Cha-cha. Oh, guess what? Y'all are some happy shits this week. I know everybody that has an Aquarius in their life is like, the hell you say? Not that you guys are cranky, but you're kind of cranky. You're kind of cranky sometimes. I get it, though. You're like the Capricorns. Like, you weren't born in a very good time of the year. We always got shafted on our birthdays. I know you got shafted on your birthday, too. Nobody wants to come to an outdoor birthday party in February or January, right? Ain't nobody coming for a bounce house. Come on, that's funny. Every Capricorn and Aquarius knows exactly how I feel. We all hated you summer kids. And I know that you summer kids hated those of us that had birthdays in school because you couldn't give your birthday things out. But yeah, those of y'all that have birthdays in like the fall and the spring where you could do stuff outside, just know that us winter babies, we just hated you when we were growing up. But anyway, Aquarius, you're actually really, really funny and nice and open this week. This is a great week for you, Aquarius. A fantastical week for you. Like, you're really looking at the good stuff in life. You're seeing how everything has been going better than you thought it was. I'm just saying. It's a really, really good week for you, Aquarius. A solid, good, amazing, happy week for you. And I'm here for it. All right, stones for my wonderful, happy little Aquariuses. I'm going to say Epido. If you don't have Epido, why not? No. If you don't have Epido, Aventurine is going to be the next best one. So we're going to say Epido and Blue Kyanite. Epido and Blue Kyanite. Now I've got to give you some animals. How about if I give everybody a bird this week and then another animal? How about that? You guys are the crane this week. Like, I instantly thought of the crane. Aquarius, you are the crane this week. You're the crane and the horse. You're the crane and the horse. I love how many winter babies are in the chats, both on TikTok and on YouTube, like, we never got to do this or this or this. Oh, I touched a nerve. Yep. Y'all got to have ice creams at your birthdays. We didn't get to have ice cream at our birthdays. I mean, we did, because you just had to throw it outside. It would stay frozen. That card doesn't, you know what? It does go there. Okay. Why can't you figure out where you want to go? Pisces. You have Hathor, of course you do. That's why your cards are dancing. I'm like, why is it that this card wants to go here and then it wants to go here and then, yeah, this is why your cards are dancing. Y'all have Hathor. This is meditation, it's culture, it's community, it's the life of the party, which, I mean, let's face it, most Pisces that I've ever met are. You are, and you know it. Every Sagittarius is in here is like, what the hell you say? Every Pisces I've ever met. Y'all are fantastic at getting everybody else happy and involved, and you know what, let's just leave that negative shit over there, and y'all are really good at ignoring negative shit, but that makes it really, really good, makes you really, really good at getting everybody else in a great mood. I'm having the worst hot flash, and it's so stupid right now. I just want you guys to know. We're just gonna party it out. We're just gonna dance it out. It's great. Hathor is a really, really cool Egyptian deity, and if you guys are not familiar with her, you should be. Now I'm curious at what these dancing cards are going to bring. The Void and Get Wild, because that's exactly what we need, is wild-ass Pisces this week. Pisces, you're going to be going back and forth like this between this get wild, this party time, and then the void. So it's almost like you're just skipping from one party to another via secret tunnel. Like you're Al Capone over there getting to the speakeasy really quickly and quietly under the FBI's radar. Pisces, God, this is a party week for you. This is a great week for you. This new moon energy coming in is not only phenomenal and fantastic for you, it's making you actually feel connected. And you haven't felt connected in so long that this connectivity, it makes you high. It makes you giddy because you're so excited to just feel like you're involved in stuff. In other words, you've been disassociating and disconnected for so damn long that all of this just makes you just jump in, cannonball back into life. Now, the Void card there, when I first turned it over, I was like, but this doesn't seem like it's in a bad light. It's not. So for those of you guys that saw the Void card and you were like, yeah, but that's the Void. That's the Void. Y'all realize the Void is the hallway, right? Y'all realize the Void is like the cool hallway in the back of the mall where you can go into this store or that store and you don't got to go out in the people, right? It's like the secret, super secret spy hallway in the back. That's what the Void is. Can it have negative shit in it? Yeah, but so does the light, right? Right? Pisces, this is your week. You are going to be through the roof, tuned in, happy, excited, all of the things. This is also a good week, Pisces. If you have a friend or someone that you haven't reached out to in a while, do so. Even if you're like, well, they didn't reach out to me last time I did. That's fine. That's fine. They've been on your mind. Reach out to them, Pisces. If they've been on your mind, reach out to them. Even if it's just, hey, you were just on my mind. I know we haven't spoken in a long time, but I just wanted you to know I was thinking about you. Just saying what I'm saying, Pisces. You are the life of the party. You are a little wild this week, so maybe leave the knives at home. We don't have bail money for all of you, Pisces. Okay? Go get wild. Go do your thing. You know, make good choices. Use protection. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But just keep in mind, Pisces, that, I mean, I'm sure we can cover some of y'all with bail money, but not all of the Piscesians, okay? Thank you for that. I love that I picked a SpongeBob thing, and, everybody's sending the SpongeBob gifts on TikTok. Sweet. We'll just take up a SpongeBob gift pool just in case. Just in case. Pisces, you are the party this week. You are bringing the party. I'm just saying. I like snacky snacks and cookies and charcuterie boards if you're coming this way. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. All right. Stones for Pisces. Stones for Pisces. I think I'm funny. Obsidian, because you still need some protection with the get wild shit going on. Obsidian and lapis. Because what better stone to give you than to amplify that sovereignty, to amplify that amazing Piscean energy, right? Yeah. You guys are totally the peacock this week. You are totally the peacock this week. Beautiful, party-like. We'll cut a bitch with the beak in a minute. Yeah? Yeah. I like that TikTok just told me I had to do the little thing because there wasn't enough movement in my live. Are you serious? Have you not seen my hands working? Like, what's up, TikTok? All right, you guys are... You know what? I'm going to give you the peacock and the tiger. And I know those are two separate things, but I'm going to give you the peacock and the tiger. Yeah. Aries, really? With 2 cards? My kid and I were seeing who could do, like, the weirdest things with our eyes the other day. She won. She won. She has this look that she can do. She kind of tilts her head down and makes this smile. And she would totally give Skarsgård a run for his money as the female it. Aries, what the hell? This Aries, why you got 5 cards? Pause. Why you got 5 cards, Aries? You had to have 2 anchor cards and then 2 of these cards and then you had another one fall out. As I was saying before, I was so impolitely interrupted. Aries. I'm trying to get my kid into acting just because of that grin. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. And I know that it still scares people. And that grin and the way that Skarsgård does his grin. Dude, my kid has a female version of that. I'm not going to lie. I told her she could never do it to me in the dark. And then I instantly regretted saying that because she was now doing it all the time. Because she's a Leo. So, there's that. All right. Ready? Ready, Aries? No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. All right. You also have the Ageless, which is healing and graciousness and acceptance. No whammies, no whammies. Cool. The Exile, the Forgotten Soldier, which is strategy, failure, and trauma. Oh. Then you have Shadow, son of a bitch. And then you have Ask Body. Okay, and then you have Get Curious, but it fell out sideways. We have moody, man flu like Aries this week. What's Aries? Come on. We're trying to be on a good note here. Now, here's the thing. This does have good with it. This does have good with it. So every Aries out there is like, no! It does have good with it, okay? So you start off with healing and graciousness and acceptance, okay? And then you have the Exile, which was underneath it, and that's strategy, trauma, failure. And you have Shadow. This is a shadow work week. And I didn't roll my eyes that loud. I'm sorry. It's a shadow work week, Aries. It is. But I think that this is really good for you, the Ask Body and the Get Curious to the side. Because we have this new moon coming up this week, here's the thing. You guys are in full-on shadow work mode for the vast majority of this week. For the vast majority. I mean, really till like Friday or Saturday, okay? This new moon energy, it's not so much heavy for you as it is you really have to sit down. And, like the universe is forcing you to sit down and look at all the things. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Those of you guys that have Aries in your life know that this week they are going to really be hardcore going through every little thing. You know how I told the Capricorns that, this was the time for them to plan out the next 25 years and they all got like stupid excited, right? So Aries, you're going to be doing that next week, okay? You're going to start doing that this coming weekend and into next week. So between now and end of the year, that's your time to shine with what you're doing over the next 25 years. But this week up until the new moon, this is all about... Now, I love you, Aries, okay? But every one of you that I have ever known, you have to be forced to sit down and face the bad things. I love you. Or as my good friend Sass would say, with love... You know I'm right. You guys are the cardinal sign, the first sign of the zodiac. You are used to just go, do it, go. So if something bad happens, you're like, I'll deal with it later on time. Like you just go, 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 right? You're so used to being that cardinal fire sign that goes and goes and goes and is the backbone for everybody else, that when it's time to sit down and actually do the hard shit, you don't want to. You don't want to. Because you're like, yeah, but like that was like last year, or that was last week, or that was 10 years ago. Yep, well, you still got to deal with it. So this week, the universe is saying to all of the Aries, sit down. We're going to go through and do this. We're going to look at all of it. We're going to pay attention, and we're going to put it in the box of, yes, I still want it, or we're going to throw it in the fucking garbage. And let me tell you this, Aries, your box of, yes, I still want it is little. It's little. It's little. And when you shake it, you better hear shit rattle. In other words, most of that shit goes in the garbage, Aries. This is also going to be a week for you to focus on health matters, on eating better, starting to get healthy, etc. And no, this is not just, oh, well, New Year's is coming, we need to make a New Year's resolution. No, it's because we would like you to hang out here with us on this stupid rock in the meat sack that you're currently in for a little while longer. So, Aries, guess what? It's time to actually start watching your diet, start eating a little better, etc., etc., etc. And chances are every single Aries is like, how'd you know I was already looking at starting a diet this week? Or I just went and bought a bunch of veggies this week or whatever. How did you know? Psychic magic. And then you have Get Curious Sideways. So this weekend is going to be a weekend where there's going to be a lot of twofold things happen. And it's going to be like this because you Aries love all of that like crazy fast shit, right? It's going to be a big twofold thing. There's going to be a lot of things that pop up that the old you, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, the old you would have been like, oh my God, let's do that. But the new you is going to be like, no. So there's going to be a lot of things that pop up that force you to make a choice. And let me just say this in advance, Aries. I have all the faith in you that you are going to make the right decision. That you're not going to backslide into a lot of those old habits. And when those pop up, you're going to realize how much shadow work you have actually done and how amazing you have been at making sure that you are the sovereign Aries that you are. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. That was very abrasive and loud, and I apologize. Stones for Aries. Petrified wood, red jasper, and sunstone. I know I'm giving you 3, so if you can't find one, no big deal. Petrified wood, red jasper, and sunstone, and all 3 of those are super easy to find at any metaphysical shop. Super easy to find. Every single metaphysical shop has those ones. In fact, red jasper you can find at the Pagan Superstore or Hobby Lobby. I wonder if they've learned that I'm saying that yet. Aries, bird is a little harder. Like, I want to give you a couple of different ones, and they're so far apart on the spectrum that it's not even funny. I'm going to give you the owl. That was the first one that popped up. It was between the owl and the harpy eagle. I'm going to give you the owl. But, I mean, if you want to research the harpy eagle, you can. I'm just saying. You guys are the Anaconda this week. You guys are the Anaconda this week. Look, Taurus was like, here's my card. Talk about me. Look, Taurus, you are just on it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, all right. Well, I said that, and now it's taking forever to get your... Oh, Taurus, look at that energy. Look at that energy. Bouncing the cards out everywhere. All right. All right, then. 2. This is 2 cards. Okay. I saw those last 2 cards already. Well, fuck me running. All right. Not bad-ish. I'm going to start with this. We have very powerful Tauruses this week. Very powerful Tauruses this week. Okay? And when I start showing you these cards, you're going to see exactly what I do and exactly what I did. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. Okay. You're going to see exactly what I see. Okay? First of all, you guys have the Queen of Shadows. The Queen of Wrath and Instability and Suspicion. But then you have Transmute. Then you have Ancestors. And underneath Ancestors, you have the Death card. Y'all, if that is not a powerful, mega line of cards right there for the Tauruses, I don't know what is. You have Wrath, Instability, and Suspicion. And if you guys know nothing else about Tauruses, know that when they're angry, they are the bull in the china closet. Except it's not just the china closet. They will flatten anything in their path, and they will transmute it into something else. They will take all those hateful comments that you said about them. They will take all of the bullshit. They will take any anger that they hold. They will take any pain that they hold, and they will turn it into anger, and then they will blast a hole through any wall that's standing in their way. Oh, and they have the Ancestors on their side. They have their Ancestors, and possibly other people's Ancestors, on their side this week. And they are 100% here for a rebirth. Taurus, much like your Capricorn friends, this new moon is all about you looking at your next 25 years and what it is that you are going to do. There is no I want to do. There is no I think I might do this. Oh no, Taurus, you are very forceful with what it is you want. You're very sure of what it is that you want, and you are not taking no from an answer. For words, you are not taking no for an answer from the universe. Words are not my friend. You're welcome for that. That will be on instant replay. You may use that. Words are not my friend. Whenever you need to. I probably will start using it from now on. And now, back to the Tauruses. Taurus, this is a complete rebirth week for you. It's a complete rebirth week for you. Expect to see skulls everywhere. Just expect it. Not just because you have decor in your house, but it's Christmas time. You shouldn't be seeing skulls everywhere, right? Because it's not Halloween. It's not spooky season. I mean, technically, it's still spooky season somewhere. In my house, it's spooky season. But you know what I'm saying. Expect to see these signs everywhere. Expect to see lichen, mushrooms, everywhere, and not just because they're popular. This is a complete rebirth week for you. All of the Ancestors are on your side. They're behind you, and they're paying attention. Let me just say this, Taurus. Yes, something was blocking them. Yes, something was blocking them. It's why you have felt disconnected for 2 solid weeks or more. But 2 solid weeks. To where it's like you had cotton everywhere stuffed in all the ear holes and so on, and you had no idea what it was that was keeping you from all of your family. Well, guess what? They're all back, and they're all doing this in your ear and to the universe. So all of this anger this week, Taurus, it's 100% to give you fuel to transmute for this rebirth. This is a good week, Taurus, for you to do some meditation, for you to talk to your ancestors, for you to make sure that you have open communication, okay? There are some fantabulous guided meditations, just frequency meditations on YouTube that will help you connect to your ancestors. It's up to you if you like guided ones or not. I used to love them. I go back and forth. Sometimes I love them and sometimes not so much. I'm in a not so much phase right now. But my advice is, if I ever tell any of you guys, I don't care what zodiac sign you are, hey, go on YouTube, find these things or whatever. Here's what I want you to do. Go, if you just type in ancestor meditation, guided meditation, whatever you want to type in, you're going to come up with obviously like 1900 bazillion of them. That is a solid number. Don't check my math on that. But you're going to come up with that many, right? Listen to a few of them. Listen to the first, 5, 10, 15 seconds, and then skip to the middle and listen to that. Because the first little bit is to hook you in. So if you get to the middle and you skip to the middle and you go, oh, no, you know that was not for you. Now, if you get to the middle and you're like, you know what? Cool. I'm glad that I like this, so I can sit here for 3 hours and listen to it. Okay? But this is a week, Taurus. You need to be talking to your ancestors. This is a great week for you to do some ancestor veneration. In other words, dust off their photos. Put some food out. Get ready to make one of their favorite dishes for the Christmassy Christmases. Okay? Make sure you have their ornaments on the tree or the little houses or whatever. Make sure you have all of that. Okay? This is a very powerful week for you, Taurus. It is a lot of very chaotic energy, and it's one that's going to feel overwhelming but powerful at the same time. Does that make sense, Taurus? I hope so. Stones, I must be really animated tonight. My necklace is like moving all around, so let's fix that. Stones for Taurus. Stones for Taurus. Hawkeye. Hawkeye. That's Blue Tiger's Eye, but the name of it is Hawkeye. Hawkeye and Smoky Quartz, I think, are going to be your best bet. I am going to put this exception in there, though. And it may be several times a day, Taurus, but every day there's going to be some different theme of the day, and if you need to grab a different stone to throw in your pocket, do so. I also want to give you this little reminder, Taurus. You remember when you first got into spiritual shit and you carried stones in your bra? You remember when you first got into spiritual shit and you couldn't leave the house without stones in your pocket? Do you remember when you first got into spiritual shit and you had this array of tumbles and you would hand pick each day what it is that you were going to do? What are you going to have? You need to get back to that. You need to get back to that. And you need to be picking you out a stone this week, Taurus, that is your transmutation stone. It's part of why I gave you Smoky Quartz. Taurus, you are the Vulture. You are the Vulture. And the Grizzly Bear. You are the Vulture and the Grizzly Bear. Yeah. All right. That brings me to Geminis. I almost said Cancers. Ooh, the Geminis would have dagger-eyed me all the way to Kingdom Come. All the way. All right. Y'all are very quick with your shit, Geminis. What are the odds? Y'all are watching me shuffle. What are the odds? The Ageless, again, this is the third time this has come up, and we're only on the 5th zodiac sign. The Ageless, this is healing and graciousness and acceptance. And then you have truth. Trust, excuse me. Then you have trust. And the wildling, because we need wild Geminis this week. Said no one ever. Gemini. Boy, y'all are getting a jolt of energy after this new moon. Up until the new moon, you guys are in this... You guys are very dualistic this week. And I know every Gemini is like, that figures, that tracks. But you guys are very dualistic this week. So you're going to go from this kumbaya, super guru, master of the universe type of feeling of, I'm just going to trust in the universe and the universe will take care of me and just let it go, man. And the rug ties the room together and, where's my white Russian? Yeah, you guys are going to go from that. You're going to go from the dude to every single wildling that ever existed. It's going to be one of those things where I bet if we could watch every single one of you, it would be like this transformation like in the movies where the werewolf transforms from the human into the werewolf. That's exactly what it's going to be. And this is going to be on Friday. During the afternoon, right about, 11 o'clock, noon, you're going to start to feel a little different. You're going to start to get sick of this kumbaya you that is going on this week. And you're going to move into the werewolf you because that's exactly the energy you're bringing in. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Woo! Okay, Geminis. One of the things I keep coming back to is this trust card and the butterfly. This is an interesting aspect of metamorphosis for you, Geminis, because with this healing and this acceptance and so on, you guys are really looking hardcore at some of the lessons you've learned over the summer, over the fall. Like, not so much... It's weird. I don't want to say spring because I think that a lot of it has been summer and fall, late summer and fall specifically. A lot of lessons that you guys, I don't think you have processed them yet. Does that make sense? They've happened. You know that it was a lesson. You realize that this person was not who you thought they were, or this was something bad you did, or this is what you need to do. Whatever it is, like you had the lesson, but you haven't processed it yet. Do you see what I'm saying? So this week is about processing that and then being able to transmute that into something more, something different, something bigger, something better. That's where this wildling energy is going to come in, because as you're transmuting this and as you're turning this into a metamorphosis for you going forward, Gemini, that's where this wildling energy comes in, because we all know that once you Geminis get on a better path or a more solid path, then here you are. Here you are, knives out, right? Oh, that's Pisces. My sorry. You know that's funny. Okay, all right. Stones for my sweet, lovely little Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde Geminis. There's a lot. I had like 6. Carborundum. Yes, it's a man-made stone. Carborundum. And peacock ore. And both of those look very, very similar, but I'm giving them to you for reasons, for specific fucking reasons. So carborundum and peacock ore. Neither one of them are snuggly stones. Peacock ore might look like a snuggly stone, not a snuggly stone. Okay, you don't need to hold peacock ore for very long. Just no. Okay? Carborundum is not a snuggly stone. It's spiky and pokey, and it will leave little bitty splinters, and just trust me in that you don't want that. So carborundum, peacock ore. If you can't find either one of those, I know y'all all have labradorite because Geminis like shiny shit and they love the flash of labradorite. Like, I see you over there. Labradorite's going to be the next best thing for either one of those. Why I'm fixing to give you guys this bird, I don't know. So somebody needs to tell me what this stands for spiritually. But y'all are the turkey. And I know some of you guys are like, what'd you call me? Y'all are the turkey. And the bobcat. That is an interesting combination. The turkey and the bobcat. That sounds like something in Alice in Wonderland. All right. Cancer babies. Where are my Cancer babies? All right. Apparently the Cancers are not playing around because their cards came out like that. I swear if this is the Ageless again. It's been a long time since I used the line from What We Do in the Shadows where he's like, this fucking guy. I swear if it's that card. I almost don't want to look. Oh, it's Hawthor. That's all right. We'll take her in a heartbeat. And of course, this is perfect for Cancer attitudes, because guess what? Before I even turn these other cards over, I already know, Cancers, that y'all are getting the Christmas spirit. I already know that you guys are humming Christmas carols and making cookies and planning out what you're going to do next week, and you're getting gifts and you're getting excited to go shopping and do all the Christmassy things. I already know because I know how every one of you Cancers are. You don't like it. You want to grumble about it. I don't want to go there because of traffic, and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. But I know every one of you likes the holidays. Every one of you likes seeing your people happy. You do. You like seeing the people that you love happy. So you will brave the stores and you will brave the cold and you will do whatever it is because you like to see your people happy. Hawthorne is all about culture, communication, and meditation. These came out like this, so we're going to read them like this. So the one on the top is the Death card. Interesting, which means this one here is ancestors. And of course, I knew they came out that way because I didn't separate them in the deck. But I find it interesting that it came out that particular way. Cancers, this is a week where as you're going through, I'm gonna say it this way on purpose. The motions of getting in the Christmas spirit, getting in the holiday spirit, as you're going through the motions of it, there's gonna be some interesting changes that happen in you as you're going about just regular shit, right? At the grocery store, at the wherever, getting gifts or online shopping or whatever it is. As you're going through this daily shit, daily things, right? There's gonna be a shift. There's going to be a change. You're going to just suddenly look up and the world is going to look a little different to you. You're going to suddenly look around and the people around you, you're going to notice more lines in their faces. You're going to notice maybe your parents do look a little older than you thought that they did in the past. Or, oh my God, my baby's growing up. Look at that chiseled jaw my little boy has. You're going to start to notice those kind of things. And they're going to do two things. One, it's going to bring in a very big dose of nostalgia for you, Cancers. And two, it's going to ping this weird feeling inside that's a little bit sadness, a little bit panic, a little bit scared. Like that kind of like, oh no, my parents are getting older. Oh no, my kid is going to go to college, or he's going to move out, or she's going to move out, or whatever. Like, oh no, it's going to ping those two things, okay? This is going to spur a rebirth in you. Okay? This is going to spur a rebirth in you. And what I love about this is going to be a drive for you to get back to family stuff, which you Cancers fucking love anyway. But you've been distancing yourself from it for whatever, insert whatever reason here. Because of some issue, some person, some family member, some whatever. There's something that caused you to kind of distance yourself from it over the summer. And now, let me pause and say this, Cancer. I don't want you to regret moving kind of away from the family things this fall. Don't regret that. And I know some of you are going to sit there and be like, we can't ever get that time back. I want you to think of it like this. Maybe you needed to focus on something with you. Maybe you needed that time to be a little bit apart, to be a little bit distant, to pull yourself a little bit out of the family dynamic aspect so you truly could see you, where you're wanting to go, and the people around you. Okay? I don't want you to sit there when this comes up, Cancer, and be like, oh man, I'll never get those months back. Those months were spent exactly how they needed to be spent. Okay? Okay? But this holiday, starting this weekend, you are really wanting to get back to family. You're wanting to get back to the things that were your history, your traditions, etc. You probably will spend a lot of time talking to family members, friends, etc. Man, you remember when we were a kid, we used to go to the roller rink, blah, 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 or talking to your parents about what they did growing up. Tell me about your grandparents and so on and so forth. Cancer, those things are really, really going to be a big deal to you this week. And with this new moon, what that tells me is this is a shift for you back to the basics of you, back to your your foundations. It tells me that this upcoming year is going to be a big one for you, retouching, getting back in touch with, retouching all of the things that you used to do. And I'm going to say it this way on purpose, and you're going to know exactly what I mean. When you were happy. Let that sink in. Oh no, the Cancers will be happy again. Oh no. Stones for Cancers. Rose quartz, lapis. Rose quartz, lapis, and obsidian. I'm giving you 3 on purpose because you need a big protective stone, you need a lovey stone to help with the self-love, and you need to be reminded that yes, you matter too, Cancers. Okay? Just saying, you need that reminder. You are the dove. That is your bird for the week, the dove. You are the dove and the dragon. You are the dove and the dragon. All right. Where's my lovely little Leo-y Leos at? Where's my lovely Leos at? Maybe. There we go. Took a minute, Leos. And then your card didn't really want to come out. Just barely stuck out, went back in. I see you over there. Now they're like, oh, let me have all the cards. All right, Leos, I was just kidding. You really can't have all the... Leos? I'm going to need y'all to take a collective breath. Breathe, Leos. Take a breath. Woo-saw! Okay, are we ready? Yeah? Yeah? Y'all have Anubis. Preservation, neutrality, and obligation. I'm glad it wasn't the ageless. I called the card out, so now it probably won't appear again. And then you have higher perspective. And then you have dare to dream. Oh, Leos, what a great week this is for you. Okay. What a great week this is for you. I'm also like internally giggling because I've already seen this with both of my Leos. So as I'm seeing these cards, I'm like... And for those of you guys that have Leos in your life, I want to know, if when I'm reading these cards, I want to know if you've already seen it with your Leo today. Okay? I'm just saying. Leos, this is a week of change for you. This is a week of shifting to a higher perspective, higher purpose, higher being, higher self. Oh my gosh, you're growing up a little bit. Oh my God. So Leos, this is a lot of you letting go of the stuff that has been holding you back. And this is not so much like, now don't be wrong, for some of you guys it is going to be a person or a situation or whatever. But the vast majority of this is like beliefs that you have. Because let me tell you something. I have raised 3 Leos. I have gifted the world 2 of you. My mom was a Leo, like Leo Cancer cusp. God helped all of us. But, just kidding, but you know what I'm saying? Anyway, Leos are so damn stubborn, it's not even funny. They are so damn stubborn, it's not even funny. They know that they are right, and you cannot tell them otherwise. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could go outside with them right now. Well, okay, maybe not right now because it's dark here. But you could go outside. The sky is this gorgeous shade of blue, right? And they will tell you that it's purple. And if they have decided it's purple, then there ain't no way in hell they're going to believe you that it's blue. They don't give a shit. It's fucking purple. Y'all know I'm right. Every one of you that has a Leo in your life, you know I'm right. Now, when they're open and they're ready to change their mind, or they're ready to look at a higher perspective, then it's different. It takes something really intense for a Leo to change their mind, because they are like the lion and they will hunt down something until they have it, and they will continue to hunt down all of it. So Leos, this is a week where you are shifting. You are shifting. You are shifting away from some self-limiting beliefs that you've had, some emotions, some issues, some habits, some behavior, like things that you have held in here. No matter how many times we have tried to tell you till you're blue in the face that one day things would change, or one day you wouldn't see things like that. Let me just say this. A lot are going to. So when we give you this look, the I told you so look, when we give you the I told you so look, you can't be mad. You can't be mad, Leos. I'm just saying. But this is a week of you having an internal shift to a higher perspective about you. And here's the thing, Leos. Okay, listen real carefully. All of us that love you, we have already seen the higher version of you. All of us that love you, we already know what amazing shit you're capable of. We already see how fantastical you are. We see it. We know. So when you realize it this week, we're going to give you the I told you so look. And then we're going to give you that huge grin, because we're so glad that you finally see it too. We love you. We love you, little Leos. What would we do without the drama? What would we do without the drama? What I love about this, Leos, is that most of you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of you guys are going to learn this week. There's a moment in your life, especially when you get older, that suddenly you have this realization like, I'm an adult. It's in a good way, right? Not like, oh my God, I'm an adult. No, it's like this, oh my God, I'm an adult. I didn't have that kind of realization until I was in my 40s. I kid you not. Until I was in my 40s. I had had kids. I had bought houses. I had bought cars. Like, I had been to college. All these things, right? I had had these great jobs. But it was in my 40s. I was driving down the highway, like super clearly. You remember the moment you had this revelation too. I was driving down the highway and I realized like my bills were paid. We'll take a gas in the car. I was happy. You know what I mean? Like things like that. I had $20 in my wallet. You know, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a fucking adult. Like you have that moment. That's this week for you, Leos. That is this week for you, Leos. You're going to have this moment where you're like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. This is the epiphany moment for you, Leos. It's going to be such a good week for you. It's going to be such a good week for you. And I better, you know what? I'm going to come back and I'm going to check the comments on this YouTube video. For those of you guys watching on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, I would love to know what this epiphany is for you this week. I would love for you to come back and comment like, bitch, here's what happened. Because we know you're the drama and we know you want to brag about the amazing things you did. So I want you guys to come back to this video on YouTube and I want to know about it. We all want to know about it. We're all going to sit with popcorn waiting for this epiphany that you have, Leos. Every one of you. We're going to wait very patiently for however many million of you Leos are out there. Can you imagine how YouTube would break if I got millions of comments on one video? All right. Stones for Leos. I've been so animated, I've got a knot in my hair. Stones for Leos. You know what? I'm going to give you clear quartz because you need to amplify that shit. I'm also going to give you fluorite. Banded fluorite is going to be the best, especially if it has yellow in it, but banded fluorite. So banded fluorite and clear quartz. You guys are the eagle. You guys are the eagle. I was rolling through some birds in my brain. Y'all are the eagle. And I'm going to give you the lion. Y'all are the eagle and the lion. All right. That brings me to my lovely little Virgos. Yeah, maybe. You know what? I want to pull this card out, so that's the card I'm going to pull out. Virgos, I'm going to need you to come at it with some better energy here. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're Virgoing. Now we're Virgoing. Boom. Boom. Now we're Virgoing. Now we're on it. Look, I've been a good girl. I almost drank all my tea with lemon. Woohoo. Yes, I have water. All right. Ready? Virgos have Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency. You have the Revolutionist. Okay. And then you have Transmute. Apparently, this is a very, very strong new moon for the earth signs. Imagine that, because we're going into Capricorn season this weekend. So Virgos, just like the Capricorns and the Tauruses, this is a very intense new moon for you as well. What's different about it is this. You are all about ending shit. Where the Capricorns are about planning, like they are, because they're the cardinal sign, and the Tauruses are about changing and doing the shit, knuckling down and doing it, because they're the fixed sign. You are the mutable sign, and you are all about ending bullshit. So if you have a, I almost said a Taurus, if you have a Virgo in your life, know that they're going to come home probably every day this week and be like, I told so-and-so off, I told so-and-so off, I did this, I quit that, blah, blah, blah. Know that they're going to be doing this. Just know it. If you have a Virgo rising, this is going to highly affect you as well. And if you work in a good corporate environment and you know that somebody's a Virgo, get your popcorn, because they're going to be telling everybody exactly what they fucking think of them this week. The Virgos are all about making sure that they are not only just burning those bridges down as they go into the new year, they are making sure they are obliterated, they are turned to ashes. Those ashes have been spread across the cosmos, not just here locally, across the cosmos. Deposited in Andromeda, deposited in Orion. Fuck you, fuck that, fuck this, bye. That is Virgo attitude this week. That is Virgo attitude this week. Not only is that Virgo attitude this week, but Virgos, what I love about you guys is that you will, I'm going to say it this way, and I know you're going to understand. You will work yourself to death on something that you want, and then just randomly you'll be like, you know what, this is stupid and I don't want to do this anymore. And you have this massive shift and change and this revolutionary idea. This week, when this new moon starts to roll around by Friday, there's going to be such a revolutionary idea that hits you that it's going to cause you to take all of this, I don't want to say pain because it's not. Frustration, that's a better word. All of this frustration that you've been carrying, some of it's resentment, some of it's like you made a mistake, you know you made a mistake, and now you can remedy that mistake. It's all kinds of things, right? There's so much shit, Virgos, that you go, you know what? And now I'm like this. Like, you just make this instant shift and pivot. There is no, like, let me slowly do this. Hell no. It is like, one day you're here, the next day you're here. Like, up to Friday, this is going to be a very interesting time, Virgos, because you're going to really be looking at everything around you. What needs to be completed? What needs to be done? What needs to be let go of? If you have a Virgo in your life, know that they are going to be a little more quiet up until like Friday, Thursday, Friday. They're going to be a little more quiet because they're looking around going, You're probably even going to catch them doing this a lot. Like just pondering over there, just watching everything. So if your Virgo is like zoning out this week, it's because they're really rolling over something in their mind to decide if they still want it in their life or not. And then Virgos, Friday, Saturday, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this whole 3 days around this new moon, there's going to be a lot of you making big, massive shifts and changes because you're going to have these little epiphanies. I say little, but some of them are going to be big, but these little epiphanies that you're like, you know what? I'm not carrying that into the new year. I'm not carrying that into the next decade. I'm not carrying that into the next quarter of a century. I'm not doing it. You know what? I think it's going to be really funny. I think I'm going to be actually paying attention to the news this week and then finding out when there are big crash outs, when there are big things that are like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to look and see if they're Virgos. Look and see if they're Virgos. Virgos, this is a very big week for you. This is a very big week for you. A lot of transmutation. A lot. All those regrets, all of those things that you did, that you took on, that now you're realizing like you didn't really think it through. You just jumped on it or whatever. There's a lot of transmutation that's going to happen this week, Virgos. Stones for Virgos. Hemimorphite. Hemimorphite and prehnite. And with the prehnite, you need to find a piece that has a lot of the black tourmaline in it. So a lot of the little black specks in it. So hemimorphite and prehnite. I'm going to not draw for Leo or for Libras already because they were like, here's my card. You guys are the cardinal. I almost gave you the seagull, but you guys are the cardinal. And the fox. You guys are the cardinal and the fox. If you can't find hemimorphite, because it can be a little hard to find, it's getting a lot easier. If you can't find hemimorphite, blue amazonite is going to be the next. It's like the next best thing. They usually are found together anyway. So, yeah. Blue amazonite. Well, actually, I'll show you. So this is a little bit of hemimorphite on the top, but blue amazonite looks like this. I know the camera is not doing it justice, but you can kind of see the layers in there. So, yeah. It's not crazy expensive. All right, my little Libras. My little Libras. Y'all had your anchor card come out like right away, and now you want all the cards. Of course you do. Now you want all the cards. All right, Libra Luz, are we ready? Come on, Libra already. That means we only have Libra and Scorpio before we get to Sagittarius. All right. The Traveler. Interesting. Restlessness, independence, appraisal. Sacred sexuality. And the Void. I find it interesting that this one's the circle. Like, these are very basic shapes. Do you see what I'm saying? I didn't call you basic. Calm down, Libra. First of all, if you have a Libra who is your significant other, maybe find somewhere the Gatorade's on sale and some snacky snacks. The Libras are really in tune with their meat sack this week. The Libras are all about it this week. I'm just saying, so if you have a significant other that's a Libra, snacky snacks and Gatorade. That's all I'm going to say. Because TikTok will get me in trouble if I say any more than that. But single Libras, If you're in the dating market, just make your choices. Just make your choices. Let someone know where you're going. If you're at the bar, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. If you're not dating, then you're probably safe. That's what you do behind closed doors and what you do behind closed doors. We're not going to go any further with that. Okay, all right, Libras. Come on, that's funny. That's funny. All right. This is a lot of restlessness this week. Y'all are kind of like everywhere all at once all the time. This is a week, Libra, where your ADHD has ADHD and that has ADHD. This is a week where you can't sit still. This is a week where no amount of rest is going to help. This is a week where you just are like fucking cornholio. You just are. I need to be from my mom. Like, you guys are just over the top. You have so much energy. You can't stand yourself. And you just are. You just are. Libras, you are a force this week. This new moon has got you super restless. You're excited for the holidays. You're excited for the end of the year. You're also nervous about the holidays and nervous about the end of the year and nervous about what's to come, but excited at the same time. Like, it's everything. It's a crazy amount of chaotic energy, but it's a fantastic amount of chaotic energy, Libras. But I will say this. There's going to be, in this restlessness, there's going to be a lot of appraisal of the things that you're doing. You're going to catch yourself in the middle of doing crazy shit and then be like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? I've never liked to eat here. Why am I eating here still? Why do I come here every week? I really never liked to go out with my hair wet. I hated that as a kid. I never liked to go out with my hair wet, so why am I doing it? Like, you're going to be looking at the things you do and like just random appraisals all week in your mind. And it's going to be about shit you don't like, right? There's going to be a lot of things too, though. The vast majority of it is shit that you realize suddenly, like, I really hate this. Like, I don't ever want to eat this again. I don't ever want to go here again. Like, it's just those kind of things. But there are going to be about a handful of things that you're going to be in the middle of. A lot of it's going to be work related, money related, work related, etc. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to sit down to do that you feel like you have to force yourself to do them, and then you're going to be like, I actually really like this. You're going to find some new things to be obsessed about this week, Libras. And it's going to do you a world of good when you're obsessed about these new things. There's going to be things that you're like, you know what? I'm done. I am never doing that again. And that's gone. It leaves room for you to realize that there's some things in your life that you really love. That you really, really love. And you can't wait to do them again. The Void card, I want to talk about that really quickly, Libras. The void is not one of those things that's always bad when it comes up. Can it be? Yes. Are there some dangerous shit in the void? Yes. But this is the hallway, like I explained earlier. This is the hallway. And it can be as magical as you want it to be. Without the hallway, you aren't getting anywhere spiritually. Without the void, you aren't getting anywhere spiritually. Can you go from room to room if they're connected? Yes. But the hallway is how you get to all the places. You're already familiar with the void, Libra. So when it pops up this week, you're just going to be like, bet, let's go for a stroll. This is a very powerful week for you, Libras, but it's also an overly energetical week for you. I'm just letting you know. If any of you have a Libra moon, if your significant other has a Libra moon, you are Fucked. Like, there is not enough energy in the world for you to keep up with them this week. Just saying. And now we're going to move on. Okay, so stones for Libras. Stones for Libras. I'm going to say onyx. Onyx and carnelian. Onyx and carnelian. Because y'all needed that sacral charged up even more, apparently. What is that bird? God, son of a bitch. There's a bird I can think of in my mind that's one of the ones that does the huge display. It's black with the bright feathers. Son of a bitch. Okay, I can't think of what it is. Oh, I wish I could. Start me up the wall. I know you guys have seen it on the nature shows. It's a black bird and has these bright feathers and it fans its tail out. Like, that's totally the Libras this week, but I can't think of what it is. Anyway, bird of paradise. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The bird of paradise. Libras, you are the bird of paradise this week. Every Libra is like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. All right. Y'all are the bird of paradise. And you are the kangaroo this week. You are the kangaroo this week. Thank you to everybody on TikTok that was like, ah, ha, ha, ha. You are the bird of paradise and the kangaroo. Oh, Lord. All right, Scorpios. We're not doing 3 cards, 4 cards, 10 cards, and we're not also throwing cards down my arm, okay? I love you. I love you. Come on, man. Scorpios, really? I'll pull a card out. You were like, here's this card. And then you're like, and here's all these other cards. No. 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 All right, are we ready? I was channeling my Innis goddess boys there. I just need longer nails to be able to like... All right. This fucking guy. This is the ageless card that I was just joking that I had called it out. You know what this lets me know? We're going to pause for just a minute. You know what this lets me know? For those of you guys who have been watching me for a long time, you know that this is something that used to happen all the time. All the time. When I'd read for the Zodiacs, there would always be one card with the ageless, which is healing and graciousness and acceptance. And then you have the revolutionary. And then you have nature. Okay. Scorpios. This is one of those like come to Jesus moment weeks with you. The graciousness, the acceptance. There's a hard realization that you haven't been wanting to accept. You haven't. You haven't been wanting to accept it. You haven't been wanting to like, and for a lot of you guys, this might be like, I'm getting older. Like I can't do that anymore. Or I can't do this anymore. A lot of you guys, it's going to be a realization. You've had the realization. You did. You can pinpoint when you had the realization. But telling a Scorpio something is not something I ever want to do. It's not something easy because every Scorpio is like, no. Especially when you have to tell a Scorpio that maybe they're not as good as they used to be. Or maybe they can't do this anymore because of whatever. They're going to be like, no, bitch, watch me do it. Watch me do it. So for months now, Scorpio, you've had this realization and you've been doing it anyway. You've been pushing forward. You've been pushing too hard. You've been pushing your body. I feel like for a lot of you, it is about your physical meat sack. You've been pushing yourself too much. That's all we're going to say about that. You've been pushing yourself, Scorpios. You know. But this week, with this new moon coming up, it's finally going to be the week where you kind of have this revolutionary idea of, all right. You're going to have, I'm going to say probably Wednesday into Thursday, like it's baking right now, right? And now that I put it in your head, you're like, oh, you're a bitch and I don't like you right now for reminding me that blah, blah, blah. But Tuesday, Thursday, like Wednesday into Thursday, It's going to be one of those things where you're like, you know what, she's right. The universe is right. My doctor was right. My mom was right. Whatever it is, right? So-and-so was right. Like, I do need to take better care of myself, or I do need to do this, or I do need that. You're going to have this, like, realization moment. And then with this new moon, this is why I love Scorpios. Because with this new moon, it's like some idea goes, and you're going to have this revolutionary new way of doing whatever it was that you used to do that now takes care of the meat sack. That now allows you to do the things without putting too much stress on you. Does that make sense, Scorpio? So it's like having this revolutionary idea. I'm going to liken it to, I'm going to say this next thing, okay? And some of you guys are going to understand the depth of this revolutionary idea. Let's say, Scorpio, that Wednesday you realize that you now can no longer walk, right? You can't walk anymore, that you just can't do it, right? Your legs just are rubbery plants of rubber. Like you just can't walk anymore, right? And maybe for months you haven't really been able to walk, but you've been like pushing through on purpose. You've been doing all of the shit that you could do, whatever it is, any weird little thing you can do to keep going, right? Well, Thursday with this new moon, it's like you decide to go get a full-on robo-skeleton. Like, oh, yeah, guess what? If I can't walk, then I'm going to do this. It's that kind of energy, Scorpio, okay? It's not just like, all right, I got a wheelchair in there and I could bling that out. No, this is full-on Terminator, RoboCop type out with it, right, Scorpios? Because, of course, a Scorpio is never going to just let it sit. Never going to let it sit, right? What I love about this, though, Scorpio, is when you have this revolutionary epiphany, because that's exactly what it is. This, oh my God, now I can do this? Holy shit, right? You're going to find out that your true nature, who you need to be, your higher self, that thing you've been striving to be for this entire year, the thing that you've been manifesting and trying so hard to do and become and change and so on, that thing, the person that you want to be so bad, needed this idea right here. This new moon is a week of such an amazing shift for you, Scorpio. An epic, amazing, intense shift for you. And you are going to wake up this weekend and actually feel clear. Does that make sense? You don't feel like your brain is swimming in mud. You don't feel like you can't focus on anything. You're going to wake up and lay there for a minute and be like, I am ready to throat punch this day. You're going to go through the day and realize, oh my God, I have clarity up here that I haven't had in so long. I have clarity to move forward and to do these things. Remember earlier, Scorpio, when I said, or maybe you weren't listening, I don't know. But when I said, everybody has these epiphanies sometimes like, oh my God, I'm actually an adult. And you feel like a cool adult for once. This is you waking up this weekend, Scorpio, after this acceptance and after this crazy revolutionary idea hits you that's really not crazy to the rest of us. And you're going to realize that you are stepping into your true nature. How the hell is there a bug in here? Did you not get the memo that we've had hard freezes in Oklahoma repeatedly? Stones for Scorpios. Stones for Scorpios. Malachite and pyrite. Malachite and pyrite. And if you feel like throwing some moldavite in there, I think that's a great idea too. I can't believe I just made the perfect pop sound like that. Winning! All right. You're the penguin. You are the penguin! And now I want to give you two animals. Son of a bitch. Every Scorpio is like, I'll take 2 animals. No. No. Thank you for that, Julie. I appreciate that, especially with the little kitty cat. I'm going to give you the polar bear. You are the penguin and the polar bear. All right. All right. Where's my Sagittariuses? Where's my Sagittariuses? All right, Sagittarius. There they are. There they are coming out of the woodwork. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Sagittarius. I love you. That's like 15 cards. I love you. Okay, I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath. That's actually just 2, so I'll let you have it. Are we ready for you, Sagittarius? Are we ready for you? That was a lot of energy just trying to get those cards to shuffle. Are we ready for you? El Shaddai, wisdom, paternalism, and kindness. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. These came out like this. On top, we have play. Of course we do. Of course we do. Bobby with the Phoenix. That was so pretty. Thank you. Thank you for that. I think that this is funny. I'm still giggling about this. I'm still giggling about this because I said, are we ready for you, Sagittariuses? And you pull out the play card. And underneath that, you have reflect. And I find it very interesting that there are 2 animals on both of these. Facing each other. Did you notice that? You have the dolphins that are facing each other. You have the birds that are facing each other. Sagittarius. Much like the Libras, you guys are so full of energy this week. And it's going to shift, not violently, okay, but it's going to shift from this like calm, focused, intense energy to the life of the party. God forbid I called the Pisces the life of the party earlier, because every Sagittarius in here was like, watch me be the life of the party. Y'all all were probably on there Googling like how big of a disco ball you can actually own legally. I'm sure. I'm sure. Can I install a lighted dance floor outside in the winter? Like, I'm sure all of you guys were doing that. You were like, I'll be damned if the Pisces are going to be the life of the party. I know you were. That's what's funny. I am sure that as soon as I said that, every Sagittarius listing was like, I don't like you. I don't like you. You can't take my mantle from me. But guess what, Sagittarius? You have regained that mantle because this is that week where you have this really intense focus energy on, you are really concerned with the upcoming year. You are really concerned with your future. And so you're kind of channeling a little bit of that inner Capricorn with, okay, let me see, what do I need to do for 5-year plan, 10-year plan, etc. Like, you're actually being an adult, Sagittarius. So you have the adult focus energy this week of, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, like making the list, checking them twice, all of that stuff. On the other hand, though, it is all of this intense, playful, happy energy. The holidays, the upcoming new year, all of that stuff, Sagittarius, has you itching to party. Like, you are ready to just boogie woogie, do the things. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Probably learning the Charleston over there and some shit. I mean, maybe not, but some of you are. But you know what I'm saying? It's like this need to let loose. It's this need to just let that amazing, fiery Sagittarius out. Like, you need to, okay? Even if you are one of those homebody Sagittariuses, which Are there those? Are there homebody Sagittariuses? I've never met one. I see some of you guys like, me. I've never met one. Are y'all sure you're real? Are y'all sure you're real? I might call shenanigans. Anyway, the Sagittariuses are feeling this need to party, right? So for some of you guys that don't drink, you might have this much wine. Woohoo! Some of you guys might have 4 bottles of wine. I mean, no judgment here. But this Sagittarius energy this week is calm, it's focused, it's happy, it's intense. So if you guys have Sagittariuses in your house, especially kids, especially since this is the week where they're getting out for school for the Christmas break. Oh, y'all are screwed. Y'all are screwed if you have Sagittarius kids. Just find them some shit to do. Just find them some shit to do. But, Sagittarius, my advice is going to be take time to play this week. Take time to play this week. Watch your favorite Christmas movie from when you were a kid. Like our tradition here, every year I watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the old cartoon one. It will always be my favorite. I do love me some Jim Carrey. Fucking love me some Jim Carrey. But the old school cartoon Grinch is always my tradition, right? And then usually we watch Charlie Brown too. So go watch those things. Go do those things. Make cookies. Do something fun. Something that helps you channel that childlike energy that you miss when you were a kid. Especially if you have kids in the house. They're going to love that anyway. But Sagittarius, go have fun. Go play. Go do the things this week. Because as you're playing and as you're having fun and as you're doing all of this stuff, that's when this focus comes in. There will be a lot of epiphanies while you're playing and while you're having fun this week that you'll go, I do need to focus on that more. And it'll probably be something completely out in like quadruple left field that you haven't thought about in years. This is a very good week for you, Sagittarius. That focus is there, but you need to go. I know some people are like, please don't tell my Sagittarius wife or husband that they can go be crazy this week. Oh, I am. I'm telling all the Sagittariuses that they can go play and be crazy this week, because that is what's going to allow you to have the focus, those little weird epiphany moments where you go, holy shit, this is what I need to do. Stones for Sagittarius. Garnet and carnelian. Garnet and carnelian. A protective stone and a creative stone, and you need it because also carnelian appeals to that fiery energy, and it's going to help you play because it's just that kind of stone. I do love me some carnelian. You guys are the parrot. That's your bird. You guys are the parrot. Whichever parrot you would like to own, whichever parrot you'd like to have, you guys are the parrot. I almost gave you the cockatoo, I'm not going to lie. The white ones with the big crown that are real ornery. Those birds are fucking fantastic, I'm just going to say. But y'all are the parrot. And there's so many animals. There are so many animals I want to give you. I want to give you like 16. I want to give you a whole zoo. Y'all are the giraffe. Y'all are the giraffe. Yeah. You're the giraffe. I'm excited that this is a new moon. I'm excited that it's right before Yule. I love Yule. I'm excited that the holidays are going to be here. I'm excited that we're all going to get to spend a lot of time together over the holidays, because I always spend Christmas and New Year's on live streams with you guys. This year will be no different. We're going to have a very, very merry Bodhi Christmas. Not really, but we are. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. But it's going to be great. I look forward to hanging out with you guys every year on Christmas. I look forward to hanging out with you guys every year on New Year's. I've never been a big New Year's party person. Like, I would rather stay home and not wreck. You know what it'd be like? I would rather stay home. I'm not a drinker, so I would rather stay home and ring in the new year like that. So I actually get really excited spending Christmas and New Year's with you guys. It's a date. Let it happen. Mark your calendars. I will have those times up and you guys can register for those live streams, both on YouTube and TikTok. Don't miss it. Come hang out with me. If you have never hung out with me on New Year's or Christmas, at least stop in and say hi. Okay? Okay? I'm excited about it. All right, guys, I will let you go because otherwise I'm just going to keep flacking my gums and then eventually my throat's going to get dry because I'm flacking my gums and it's just going to be bad. I don't know what the word flacken is, but that's a new word. It's a Bodhiism. You are welcome to use it for the week. Go flack your gums. It'd be great. I love you. I love you guys. I will see you later. Don't forget to follow me everywhere. YouTube, the Book of Faces, the Instapotgram thing, you know, all those things. I love you. I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes? Yes. I can't with myself sometimes.